Hey everyone, welcome back to another chapter of Beyond the First Chapter with the JONC. It's me, Carmen, and Jolanda and Olivia. Hey, my lovelies.
Hello.
As we start off every chapter with a quick um, check in with each other. Let's start with you, Olivia. How was your
Um,
week?
my week was fine. I had two volleyball games. I had sorority meeting. I've had um, just a tired body. So that's about it. Like just trying to catch up on my sleep and my own stuff so that I can start the week or the rest of this week. And that's it.
Okay, love.
All right, Yolanda, how are you?
Mine was about equally exciting. I completed my website. So yay, I'm excited about that.
Well, good.
Thank you. Um, and then my week has been my normal week, doing workouts, doing house puttering, completing my personal work so I can bring in more income. And that's really about it. I went another 10 miles today bike riding. So I'm
That's
two for
good.
two. I'm gonna try to do that every Sunday morning. So we're gonna see if my body will cooperate. So far, so good. And we'll see if I can keep it up.
Okay, great.
And
Uh,
so, and so, did anything happen in the Bell residence this past week?
well, so this weekend was my birthday weekend.
Ooh, she's officially 15, guys.
Yep. You flip it. But you flip it, and that's who I am. Big 5'1". So yeah, I've been spending the weekend celebrate my birthday my way. I'm not a big to do type person. I just do try to do something for myself sometimes. So I've had dinner with my lunch with my sister and my son, and my baby girl was on the phone via FaceTime at lunch with us. And then yesterday my sister and my goddaughter and son, they made me dinner at home. And yeah, I just been kind of chilling,
Okay.
eating good.
What did everyone cook for you?
um, they made steak, mashed potatoes, and salad and corn. They grilled the steaks outside. It was nice. And chicken kebabs, chicken kebabs.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Good
Okay.
job. Good
So
job.
it
I'm
was
happy for you.
So it was really nice. It was really good. It was able for me to eat some leftovers for lunch today. So hey. That steak was pretty big. I was no way I was gonna finish that in one sitting.
I did not even know you were even eating steak again. I know at
Yeah.
one point you didn't care for it anymore.
Well, yeah. Every once in a while I want a steak. And it was good to have one again. Like I said, it was pretty big. I could not eat that bad fellow in one sitting, but it was delicious. My son he really did a good number
Oh,
on that.
Kanan cooked the steak?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Kanan cooked steak. Michelle made the kebabs. Carolyn made all the sides, the corn and the smashed potatoes, and she made the salad. She used tomatoes from my garden. So
That's good.
yeah. So that was all. That was my birthday weekend. Then it's back to work on Monday for us all, I
Mm,
suppose.
yeah.
Okay, so our topic for this chapter is money, 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 money. So let's get into it. Go ahead. Money and our habits.
Okay. So bear with me because I am generally ready, but I have my questions on my phone and my phone has decided to time out. So, all right, I'm coming because I'm going to put it on, it's still on timeout, so I don't think it's going to matter. Anywho, so again, we're talking about money, mindset, and habits. Okay. So, first question, ladies, what did financial responsibility mean to you in your 20s? And how has that changed? I'll repeat it. What did financial responsibility mean for you in your 20s and how has that changed?
Well, I'll start.
Okay.
So for me, financial responsibility was making sure all bills are paid. Like, and that was it. Making sure all bills were paid. How it's changed is that uh my money, not just paying bills, is more of um taking care of obligations that I have, because I don't call them bills, I call them obligations that I need to take care of and fulfill, so that the money comes back. I also know that investing is even more important now than it was in my 20s, because I was like, oh, I got a long time before I hit 50. 50 came
Just
quick.
yesterday,
So
right?
yeah, so 50 came quick. So responsibility, definitely not just paying bills, but making sure that I put money aside for things that I want to do and save money for the things that I want to do in the future.
Good answer. Good answer. How about you, Carmen?
Um, well, I can't think that. Oh, how am I gonna say this? I had responsibilities in my 20s, but I don't think I really took them as serious as I do now. Even though I did, what I mean, I was responsible, I was financially responsible, because I did have, insurance and car notes and rent and, and bills and everything like that. I did have that. But I think that I didn't have a broader picture for myself in my 20s. I just knew I worked, I paid the bills, and as long as I had enough to get off in the club and have me a good time, but my time was up, as Neo would say.
Yeah.
I was all right. But yeah, as I got older and how has it changed is that now yeah, the responsibilities or I like your word, the obligations are more um important, I should say, or more prevalent. And I take them more seriously. And then I do try to figure out now, I'm figuring out how I'm going to survive without that 9 to 5. Um, in the future, I look for, what's going to happen in the future for myself now, more so than I did back in my 20s.
Another good answer. Um, I'm kind of going to be repeating, but you guys kind of really cover the topic broadly. Um, as we know, I got married young, so my 20s encompass ending college, getting married, and becoming a mother. So at first, I had no financial responsibility in my 20s because even though I lived off campus, I didn't pay my own um, rent. My roommate and I were blessed that our parents paid our rent because it was less expensive than paying for dorm fees. So we didn't have any real responsibilities. Our rent was paid, our car notes were paid, or the car was bought in full, and we got an allowance. So life was real good. Then we both decided, because we're super intelligent, to get married. I'm 23 for me, 22 for her, actually. So that shifted really quickly, and I was responsible for the household. And because of my circumstance and what my spouse did for a living, I had to be the one to pay the bills. He made the money, but I was responsible for paying the bills. So by 23, I was managing the household, so I didn't get any more fun time. So with that, I'm a little different than you two because 23 on, I had to be financially responsible, making sure savings were met, making sure my kids had stuff, and as you guys know, sacrificing for the greater good of your family. Whereas now I can do more of the fun stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So you guys had a couple more fun years than me, so I'm kind of catching them on the back end.
Back in.
Catch mine on the back end. So that's how mine changed. So really my mindset has been the same um, in my mid 20s to now, other than a little bit more fun. So interesting. So ladies, what are some of the biggest money mistakes you've learned from? Biggest money mistakes that you've learned from? I can give one. So I went from no responsibility financially to running a household. So I don't know who somebody had to learn to pay every 2 weeks and not just make the lump sum payment once a month because, you know, your rent might end up being late. And then you got to incur late fees, or your car note might be late because you didn't put aside the right type amount, excuse me, of money. And I was in North Carolina. I knew nothing about natural disasters that happen in North Carolina. So if it's a natural disaster, the bank don't send your money. I didn't know that. So I learned with a couple of late payments. So the mistake I made was waiting until the last minute to pay bills, not properly budgeting, and not making sure that I had a contingency plan. So good thing I learned that early,
Hmm.
but bad thing I had to learn it and then hide it because my husband didn't know. I was on the phone pushing money over here and pulling money from over there because that was a big responsibility and I took the weight on myself and I probably should ask for help. So that was my lesson.
Oh man. I think for me, the biggest money mistake that I could did was um not budgeting, period. Knowing that, thinking I can just do willy-nilly, just, kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul, basically, and not really budgeting at all. So yeah, that was a hard lesson to learn because, that was many many years of falling on my face financially. And not until I figure out, oh, you need to budget this. You need to figure this out. Write it all out. Make a list. You like lists? Make a list. You know what I mean? Write it out and make it plain. And that was actually how I learned. I don't know if this might be a question or not. I had to learn for the first time how to save. Is when I learned to, really write out a budget and was able to learn to save.
Cool.
Um, I guess the biggest money mistake that I learned was, Hmm, let's see. I will pick the not budgeting myself into my budget, making sure that I put my activities, I would put my kids' activities, I would put the things for the house, but I never put my stuff in there. So like paying for sorority dues or paying for events that I want to go to, or even just having money budgeted for when we go out and hang out. So just making sure that now every month I budget at least um $50 for myself. So if I want to go out and you guys say, hey, let's go somewhere or something, I have a little something to do.
Just
That's smart.
$50.
This
You
was
just gave
not a
yourself $50.
mean, a little bit more, but I'm saying at least $50 to have so I can hang out. That's it. I mean, we don't do much, so it doesn't cost us that
I'm
much.
not saying with us. I'm just saying you $50. You worth more to give yourself more than $50. You didn't earn
I
all the
know,
money. You you can give yourself more
I
than
know,
$50.
I know.
I have to agree. You deserve more than 50. She's right. Well, question number 3. How do you define financial freedom?
Now,
Okay, now.
I mean, it makes a difference what
Apology.
financial freedom was before versus what it is now. So we can
Okay,
talk
well,
about
tell me
both.
what financial freedom was before, and then tell me what financial freedom is now.
Yeah, because
So,
can I just put in there that I don't know what that is? That's
so
my answer to the
financial
question.
freedom. Well, for me, what financial freedom first looks like is being able to, I should be able to say, hey, I want to go there and be able to go there and not have to count pennies to do it. That's financial freedom to me. Being able to say, hey, I need a new car and let me go buy one. Or hey, I want to go on a trip. Let me go on a trip. That's what financial freedom is to me. So I don't know what Jolanda is, but let her know so that Carmen knows what it is.
Well, you already said it. That's what it is to me as well. My only
Oh, I
difference
didn't know.
between, yeah, I always said that. What did I say? I called it not just financial freedom. Yeah, I had another word for it. If it comes back, I'll tell you. But the ability to do what I want when I want, and that doesn't necessarily mean I have the disposable income always sitting in the bank or in my secret stash in the house, but within a nominal amount of time, like I can do it within a week. I can move some things around versus where we have all been, which is, oh, I would love to go to the beach. Okay, well, if I want to go to the beach, I can't go over here and I can't do over here. Then we got to figure it out. So you just have the ability and the flexibility to enjoy your life.
Okay.
So
And
Olivia kind of answered for me.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I guess that is what financial freedom would be for me as well. The only caveat to it is that I'm not there yet. I probably won't be there until after I get this last kid out of college. But I do hope to be there sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Well, I'm not
So
saying
with
I'm financially. Oh. That's your question.
Oh, I just need to let you guys know, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm lagging. So sometimes
Oh,
I hear you, sometimes I don't.
oh,
So if I
okay.
get real quiet, it's because I'm trying to make sure that I'm catching up and I'm not repeating. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say to Carmen, of course, at this point, you're not because you are doing that. But I'm gonna speak for myself. I know I'm not financially free now. Like at this moment in my life, I'm not financially free because I do still have a daughter who's in college. I still have um my son. If he needs something, I'm there to do it. But like I'm working to financial freedom right now and making sure that all my obligations are taken care of, and then I'm ahead of the game so that I can start saving more for my future and things like that.
Yeah, I would say so
Yeah.
too.
So what you guys say, and Carmen, you too, since now you know at least what our definition is. Would that have changed from when you were young adults to now, or is it the same?
I guess.
You know, understand what I'm okay, because
Yeah,
Olivia, I don't know.
Who are you talking to? Either
I
one
don't
of
know.
them?
As a young adult, not having as much responsibility probably would have led me to be more financially free, opposed to now that, having, a family and whole household to take care of, then
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So did yours change, Olivia, or do you still feel the same as you did in your early 20s?
When it comes to financial freedom, what my financial freedom in my 20s was more of is that for me, I was able to buy the things that I wanted to buy. I worked a lot more. I had a second job and even a third job, and I would buy the things that I wanted either for my house or for my kids, or sometimes even for myself. Um, then there came a time when financial freedom was completely gone once I had my children and uh, being married. Like that took a lot of financial um, fortitude and having that financial fortitude. And then, like right now, still not in the freedom, but I'm getting closer to seeing that there could be possible freedom financially, but also too, I've always been in a career that is not celebrated financially, but it's, so it's always trying to, as Carmen said, rob Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so we're done. All right. Okay, so this one's kind of cool. So directly or indirectly, what money lessons did your parents or your elders teach you?
So directly, my mother taught me to spend recklessly. And my
Your mother
father,
taught you, I didn't hear you. What, your
my
mother
mother
taught you what?
to spend recklessly. Okay. My mother taught me to rob Peter to pay Paul. My father taught me to hustle and save money and to pay bills and how to do, and how to do it. So those are the lessons, yeah, I learned.
Wow.
I'll go then. Oh, did you want to speak, Olivia?
You can go. I'll go after.
Okay. Okay. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were speaking because
Oh no,
the
no,
voice
that's
just
fine.
came after I started. So my father really didn't teach me much because he was kind of absent, but he did teach me him, and I said elders, him and my grandmother taught me that even though you love someone and that they're the person who's supposed to protect you, you still need to watch people when it comes to money. So that was a lesson that they taught me. For the good or the bad. It's a lesson I learned, and I think I needed to learn it. So everything happens for a reason. Um, as far as my mom taught me, and it's something she still does to this day. You set your goal, even if that goal is something that people will tell you is out of reach. You set your goal, you make your plan, and you follow that plan regardless of what comes up. You do whatever you need to do to get to your goal financially. So that was a cool lesson. And that might mean making sacrifices. That might mean taking on additional employment. That might mean selling something that you might have even cherished. But if it's for the greater goal, then you do those things to reach your end goal. So those are two of the lessons she taught me. And then also, as far as for the future and for my children, to make sure that I leave them something. So it doesn't matter the amount, or like it doesn't have to be a house or $15 million, but to just leave something of value for my children. Um, you know, I guess it's a form of legacy, but I know we're going to speak on legacy later, but to leave that legacy. And I think she pushed that more so because my father's not in my life. And generally, socially speaking, men usually do that legacy building thing for their children. But since it was just us, so she's taught me that on how to do the things to build legacy.
So mine is pretty much almost, well, I guess kind of the same, kind of different. I don't know. With my dad, he taught me the value of a dollar. Um, he taught me that for every minute that you spend working is a penny on the dollar. Yes. Because as a educator, we don't get paid the same as anybody else who would work the same amount of time we would have. So to make sure that you don't have debt that would be more than the penny on the dollar that you are earning. So he did that. He also told me about making sure, as my grandma said, be a good West Indian woman and have more than one job, which I always did. My grandmother and mother told me about being frugal. Like to this day, I still shop sale first. Like I don't even look at anything until I look at clearance first. Or discount or blue light special when it was Kmart, whatever it was. Once I went there, and if I didn't see anything there, then I could look at something that's full price. But even if it was full price, like I have to watch it for a while before I could buy it. My mother and my grandmother especially taught me about couponing. So that's something, saving money wise, that we did a lot growing up, is couponing and being part of like the Nielsen rating family so that we could get discounts. So whatever there was to get a discount, we did. And I used to do that myself.
Oh, okay. Great answers, ladies. Okay. How do emotions such as guilt, fear, or shame show up in your spending or saving? Again, how do emotions such as guilt, fear, or shame show up in your spending or saving?
I
Okay, I'll go.
feel, okay, go ahead.
Carmen, open your mouth. Oh, me
Go
go?
ahead, Yolanda. Go ahead, jump. Yes, you.
Okay. Told you I'm lagging. I may have to go out and come back in. Um, I lost the question. Okay. I like things. I like shiny, shiny things. However, I feel very guilty when I purchase shiny, shiny things for myself. I'm working on it, and I know Olivia and Carmen are probably like, "Yeah, no, you don't." Actually, I really do. Which is why I push you to buy what you want. I push you, Olivia, when you buy something to keep it because you'll take it back. Because I don't want you to develop that thing that I have. I will spend on other people abundantly, but I'm working on learning how to spend on myself. So I have guilt. I don't know where it comes from for buying things for myself. I'm way better. You know, I work through it and I keep my stuff. Um, but as far as saving, I don't have any guilt, fear, shame in saving. But I have guilt when I purchase things. Like to this day, when I spend money, I literally break out in a sweat. I don't know if it's excitement or what, but I get hot. And it's like, oh, I'm spending money. So
It's endorphin rush.
I'm hoping it's endorphin and not
A
fear.
dopamine rush. That's what I mean. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
dopamine rush.
I'd be like drenched with sweat. The more money, the more sweat. Yeah.
For me, I never have felt any guilt in buying myself anything or anybody else anything, especially when it comes to my kids, because it's always there's a reason I'm buying it. You need it, so I'm buying it. It's needed, so I'm buying it. So I've never felt any guilt. I used to feel guilty about the money that I saved because I didn't let my husband know that I had the money that I saved, but he was always grateful when I had, what I mean, he was like, it doesn't matter, what I mean, if you told me or you're not, it doesn't matter. If it was to help the family out, it helped us out when we needed it. It came in handy when we needed it. It was always, you were always able to pull it out when we needed it. So I had to stop feeling guilty about not saying that I had this little stash over here for a rainy day. He knows I got it. And so now it's, the guilt has gone away from that. Olivia?
Richard?
Well, I was waiting for Kevin to finish. Guilt, fear, or shame. So I guess since I've been called out about spending on myself, she's Louise. Yes, I do. I do feel guilty buying myself stuff because I've always been the child that if it was birthday, Christmas, holidays, anytime where people would do presents, someone would ask me, what do I want for Christmas or for my birthday, whatever. I'd be like, I don't know. Because I've always felt guilty, I guess, wanting stuff. Um, Maybe because my mom did have twins and like everything. I love my sisters. Don't get me wrong, but everything from the time they came into the world was about them. No matter what, it was always about them. Um, so I guess to this day, I still have that, and it's not really with them. It's now with my kids. Is that they need they need stuff first before I need it. I have gotten better. I can say this when it comes to my skincare or like um my
Going to work.
Vitamins.
exercising, I will do that stuff for me. But again, if it's like buying clothes or shoes, I will hold on to it, return it, and be like, mm-mm, I don't need that. And I really truly do need the things because I don't shop at all. But when I do shop for myself, I will buy the most beautiful things and have them and look at them or have the tags on them, return them, or give it to somebody else. So yeah, that's something I have to work on, that I'm worthy of the gifts.
My father told me, you earned the money. You entitled to spend some of it on yourself. You earned it.
I understand I earned the money, but from my father's point of view, you take care of family first, and I've got that from him. Take care of family first.
Well, I can understand that. I do. I mean, because we always do take care of our family first. But as you all have said to me several times, um, you can't take care of them until you take care of yourself. So, and you know me, I ain't gonna go without some.
Yeah.
Home buy me some.
You know what though? I think it's so funny because this is not something unless I missed it, we've ever really discussed, is how we really truly felt concerning money. It's
No.
funny that we have the same um, idiosyncrasies on the same, different levels, but the same one, and
Mhm.
what we're gonna do. So
That's
that's
true.
cool. It's kind of cool.
Okay, let's talk about budgeting, bills, and boundaries. All right. So let me ask you, ladies, this. Are you a spender, a saver, or a bit of both?
Okay.
Who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm a bit of both now. I am a reformed, scary spender. Now I spend. However, I'll save as equally as I spend. So I'm definitely a bit of both. I like to watch my savings, um, you know, look nice. But for me, savings, I can't have access to the money because I will use it.
Oh,
So
girl, speak on it. Speak
I
on
have
it.
to I have to put it like in the CD or something. It gotta be over there. I can't go, it gotta take me at least 48 hours to get access. I can't just be, able to touch it because,
Mhm,
shiny, and I'll go get it because
mhm.
the guilt is going away for spending. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that I am before, I mean, I think I bounced all over the place. I was a big spender, then I was a big saver, and then now I'm a bit of both. And I'm probably now leaning more to being going back to being a big saver. Um, only because I haven't been able to save like I used to. And yeah, a big part of me saving was the a big part of how I could save is that I didn't have access to it. So I like to watch it go away and be like, where is the magic key? It's gone. Oh, look, I got this over here. Can't touch it though, until it was necessary for me to touch. Um, but yeah, so I'm kind of going back to that, and I fell off my budgeting, and I'm just getting back to my budgeting now. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of, yeah. So I guess I could say I'm both.
For me, I would say I'm both. Probably a little bit more um saver than spender. I'm a big budgeter, so the things that I buy it was because it was in my budget. I like groceries. I budget that out, so I know exactly how much I have for that car gas. So um, I do need to work more on my savings, uh, just for myself to make sure that I have uh, once all of the craziness of the world uh, goes through with retirement and all that stuff. I need to save a bit more because it costs $7.07 to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner just at McDonald's. So need to make at least $30 a day in savings so that you can eat McDonald's when you retire.
Okay.
Wow.
Saying,
Okay. So that brings me to my next.
like
Wow.
literally, if you look at it, if you're just a regular Joe Schmo, $7 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at McDonald's. That's right now. That's not like a big meal. That's from their value menu. A drink, something to eat, and a fry or a side. It's $7. By the time retirement comes, it's probably going to be $10 on the value meal, which means $30 a day you need to save right now just for you to eat
Or
for
you
one
could go
whole
to the
year.
store and eat on
Huh?
$20 for 2 days.
But
What did you say?
yeah, but yeah, there's
Or
better.
you could buy groceries.
Right, there's a better
So
way to do. Go
I
ahead.
understand what you guys are saying. You're rational. I'm talking about the normal person who does not go out and just buys groceries. I'm talking about just if I want to be a big spender and go out every meal of my day, it would be $30.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
trying
not
to.
okay.
talking
Yeah.
about, I'm not
Okay.
talking about the frugal part of it by going shopping. You guys are going on the whole nother. I'm talking about if I was just a regular person who wanted to eat out every day, it's $30 just for McDonald's a day for
Oh,
breakfast, lunch,
Yeah.
and dinner. So you would have to save $30. I figured it out. Hold on. Let me pull up my calculator. So literally, it's $30 times 365 days a year. You have to save $10,950 for a year after you retire. That's 1 year of meals after you retire. So you should be saving that every year until you retire so that you can eat, just to eat. Because you're talking about, oh, $20 for groceries. No, boo. Eggs is already $7. That's one meal.
Oh, I literally today can spend $20 and feed myself for 4 days. Like, so, but you said you were not talking about going to the grocery store or,
Right.
as Carmen does, growing your own food. So
I'm talking
you're
about
going
this.
salad.
Yep.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not telling you
Yeah.
you're wrong. I was just like, oh,
Right.
Yeah, but most people don't think the way you two are thinking, the way I'm thinking. They think this way. So
they
I've been
need to
doing like
change
a
their
lot of.
thinking because McDonald's gonna kill them. They ain't gonna make it 5
Right.
It
years.
don't even matter about that. It could be Wendy's, it could be Taco Bell, it could be any of them.
Right, exactly. All the
But
fast food stuff.
to look at what people are doing now in their lives, everybody from the time we were 16, we should have been saving $10,950 a year from the time
That's
we were
not
16.
realistic,
And
though.
we weren't taught that. If we were taught that from the beginning, we would have these, we wouldn't even have to worry about this whole thing about financial freedom because we would be free already. Because
Mhm.
if I do
Very true.
What
$10,950,
you're saying is valid, sweetie, but who at 16 was making $10,000 to save?
baby,
I'm
I'm
asking.
talking. I'm not saying. I'm saying should have been taught this
I
so
was.
that so even at 16, even if I only saved $5 a day, I still would have been at the point where I'm way better off than I am now. Kids aren't even taught to save that money like in their paycheck. Like I taught my kids to save half their paycheck. And
But you were
then
taught that, Olivia. You saying we weren't taught. Brian
Obviously,
taught
we
you.
as a generation
I'm
is what
talking
you're
about
saying?
me as the
As a
general.
generation.
Oh, girl, I don't generalize. When you say we, I'm thinking you, and you. Okay. Okay.
We
I'm
as a
saying
So you were
generation.
taught that. Your
my
daddy taught you.
because
Okay.
what I'm talking about is for a whole like regardless of what us three have been taught, not everybody who's like us three have been taught that.
That's very true.
You
A
know
lot of
what?
people.
You know what I'm actually realizing?
What?
Like, I have a big bleeding heart. I really do. I love people and I hate to see people suffer. However, when it really comes down to it, I'm not worried about people. Like, so when you're saying that, I'm like, but you were taught that. And you're like, but no, we weren't. Yes, you were. Because
I was not.
Brian didn't teach you that.
He did
I
not
know.
teach me that. I went to a business class and learned that.
Well, then apologies to you. I just knew
If
that
I
that
was
was
taught that earlier,
okay.
like my dad taught me to put away some of my check, but it was the but he never said, "Oh, don't go back in to use it if you need it." Like how Carmen said, "Oh, well, if
Oh,
something happened, I dipped into it." But instead of dipping into it, I should have replaced it plus doubled
right.
it.
Plus
Like
double it. You gotta
that
replace it
that
and make
kind of
up.
stuff I did not know.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, that
Okay.
leads me into this question because you went in with the calculator and everything like that. What tools, like apps or systems or rituals or whatever, help you to manage your money today?
Oh,
Um,
I got a spreadsheet. I got a full
you
Google
got to
spreadsheet
press full fresh.
that
Okay, so I
from
got.
from 2020 on. I've been using that same spreadsheet. I've been actually using a spreadsheet since 1997 when I got out of college. But now it's more, I can populate the formulas and all that other good stuff now. So.
Oh well, she's a real good budgeter. I have my little notebook and my pen and my paper, and I go through everything. I try to calculate of all the bills because I do this because Olivia, we both work in the same field, and we don't get paid during the summer times. Okay, so it is very critical for us to be able to budget money so that we can last those months that
Awesome.
don't, get paid. I mean, even though you was like, oh, you're only off for 2 months. Actually, we're off for 3 months, 3.5 months without getting paid.
Yep.
So you have to budget through the year to cover those 3.5 months that you're not receiving a regular paycheck. And so I always have, if at the end when I get like now is the time for me to redo my budgeting, because then now I have to start saving for the summer again. When August is when I start saving for the summer again. Not August, I'm sorry, October is when I start saving for the summer again. Um because then I have to reevaluate all the bills that I had. Did I make it? Sometimes I don't make it, and I'm over, and I have some extra stuff that I need to pay. So that means that now what I take was taken out of my paycheck to save for the summer is larger than it was last year, or I need to add some extra things in. So yeah, I kind of just use pen and paper. I really don't have any apps or systems or anything like that. I really wish that I would. If anybody knows of anything you're watching out there, um, leave us a comment. Tell us about any budgeting apps that you all know about that are really good, that are user friendly, that we could possibly kind of delve into to see how to manage your money today. So, anybody else who wants to go next? Who does? She has a spreadsheet. What do you do, Jolanda?
Just go with God. No, I budget, but I only have to budget for my own personal stuff. Like as far as the family budget, we have conversations about it. We have goals, but I'm not the one making the majority of the money to do those. So I have my own personal goals. So I've had a couple of windfalls, and what I do is, seeing I'm not used to having those windfalls, I put all the windfall away. Um, and usually I have a whole life insurance policy. So I'll add to my whole life insurance policy. So it's money I can touch it, but it's you have to pay a penalty. So and then I have to pay taxes. So I put that money over there so I don't see it, and then that money is then being invested by the company. And once it reaches maturity, it will have doubled in value or possibly more, but I can't really touch it. So that's how I do it. Because unlike you guys, I don't have a consistent income. So I have to do creative ways to save. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't save in the same spot too. I have more than, I don't know if anybody else has more than one bank account. I have actually three. Um so that I can be able to save. So my savings go somewhere that I cannot touch. Credit union. I have my joint account with my husband that we pay our bills through, and then I have my regular uh my own personal checking account. So what about anybody else?
Well, another tool I actually use too is the envelope. So I have a binder that has clear envelopes that have like car note, health and beauty, food, gas, all that stuff. And I put my money also in there when I take out the cash. After I budget it in my spreadsheet, I put it in there, and then I know what I'm actually spending, and I keep the receipts. So at the end of the month, I know what I bought. So like how many times did I go grocery shopping within the 2 weeks? How much did I spend on this versus that? What did I spend last month versus this month? When it comes to accounts, I do have multiple accounts. I'm not gonna say how many, but I do have multiple accounts.
Good. All right, cool. Have you done I'm sorry, have you had to create new boundaries around lending and giving and helping family members? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have, because I used to um lend or give my last and worry about how others are going to make it and survive and everything like that. And I gotta really, you know, what I mean, I had to set those boundaries of going, they are grown, they're gonna have to figure it out. I cannot keep doing it. I cannot keep doing it. I can't keep doing it. So yeah, I did have, yeah, did have to create those boundaries. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I've had to create boundaries because even though I've not had a consistent check, I have worked throughout the years and had a couple of businesses. And as Carmen said, if somebody looked a little po mouth, I would be like, I got $10. You can have 9 of them. So I don't do that no more because it's when you give too freely, people just look at you as a fool and you're there to give. So I have definitely created boundaries. The people didn't like me when I was giving, and they don't like me now that I'm not giving. So it hasn't affected my life any. So,
Mhm.
and I'm happier and I feel more stable. So that's really kind of what matters at this point.
Yep.
You have
Okay.
nothing to add?
Nope.
She said,
Nothing to add. I agree.
Okay. What expenses are non-negotiable now, and what do you no longer spend money on? I can tell you right now. You know what expense is non-negotiable for me?
"Oh,
Your hair.
my hair.
My hair. I don't. It's no secret to anybody. You know, I don't keep this a secret or anything like that. I have alopecia, so I do not have hair. I one thing that I do spare no expense on is my hair units because all I want to do is look normal like anybody else. I'm not trying to be glamorous. I'm not trying to be, you know, ostentatious or anything else. I just want to look like a normal woman. That is it. A normal woman with a head full of hair. So, in order to do that, that is an expense that I have to incur, and it's non-negotiable. Yeah. So one thing that I do know I no longer spend um money on, one thing I don't do is I don't get my nails done anymore. I used to do that all the time, and yeah, that's an expense I don't need any longer. My daughter has a press on nail business, so if I want some nails, I'll just go press them on. Look cute for take them bad fellas off, you know, because I can't wear them again. Um, so yeah, so that's one of the expenses I don't do. Anybody else?
Okay, I'll go. My non-negotiables are my physical health because that makes me happy. So if I have to not do something quote unquote fun, like I might not go hang out one weekend or go to a concert or something, because I want to pay for Pilates that month or something like that. I get joy from taking care of myself. So that now something that I really don't spend a lot of money on anymore, which is kind of flip flop with Carmen, would be my hair. I learned how to do my own hair. Um, so every once in a while, I'll plunk down a large amount to go get my hair done by a stylist, or I might get a weave. So if you ever see me with a weave, I paid. I don't know how to do that. But I learned how to take care of my week to week maintenance of my hair. And if I want to add hair like this, I can do it myself. So that's something that I don't spend as much on, but that was a sacrifice I made so that I could do all of the health stuff I like to do. And then once a month, I said I either need to go somewhere or have a big event. If it's a big concert or take a trip. So once a month, I do something. That's a non-negotiable. Um, that's new. That's on we might be 6 months into that. And I've been fastidious with that for the past 6 months. And I found so much more joy and I'm a happier person because I make that sacrifice for myself. So
Um, my non-negotiables are anything that is health and physical and mental health. I don't skip on that. I just started going to get adjustments at the chiropractor. So I do that once a week. Plus what's it, light and sauna therapy once a week. So I do that plus my exercising and my vitamins and all that other stuff. What I no longer spend money on is like Carmen. I used to get my nails and feet done every 2 weeks, like clockwork, and I don't do that anymore. So that is one thing that I don't spend money on. I I think that's about the only thing that I don't have to have, but everything else, especially when it comes to physical and mental health, I make sure I do every paycheck.
Okay. All right. Okay. How has downsizing, retirement, or empty nesting shifted your budgeting? I don't.
Well,
Go ahead, Olivia.
well, I haven't downsized yet. So that's why I'm laughing because I think that's hilarious because I so want a tiny house and I need to start
I
downsizing.
know exactly. You all. She is. She's been talking about this tiny
So I can get my
house
tiny house.
for years.
Retirement planning, I've already put in my letter for retirement. So that I have to truly start budgeting. Like that's why I said my budgeting has to be different. I need to at least have 10, I'm gonna tell myself 15 a year saved um for the next 6 years so that when I leave out of uh my position I am in now, I can have an easier transformation. Empty nesting budget really didn't shift, except I'm not buying groceries for anyone except for myself. Otherwise,
Has
it's
that bill gone
kind of
down?
pocket.
Do you think that bill has gone down
For
opposed to
groceries.
yeah?
Yeah, it's gone down, but they're still in my pocket because Kennedy still needs stuff. I send Chase a little some every month. Um, just to help with, he works a lot and help with Mariah and stuff like that. But yeah, my biggest thing is my retirement plan because I'm out. I don't care what happens in this world. I'm out. I'm out.
You got your exit plan gone.
Girl, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't even know how people make it past the 30 years. I don't even know how they made it past 20, but I'm here right now. All right, y'all. What do y'all think?
um, I can say that I haven't downsized anything. I actually just upsized because we buying a house. We bought a house. So and empty nesting, just we're not that. Not
Yeah,
that, no.
definitely.
Not that, and not going to be that anytime soon. These kids are not leaving this house, and I'm all right with that. Uh, and for my retirement, I did up my contribution to my retirement fund, and I plan on doing that, making increasing the contribution every year. And as I get closer to retirement, I'm going to increase my contribution yearly, so that I'm at least making some gains in that fund.
Mine hasn't changed. I mean, it's been linear. The only thing that has changed in my life, I used to not have a car note. Now I have a car note because my car decided it didn't want to work anymore, which hurt me because I liked not having a car note. Um, and I don't grocery shop for my girls. They grocery shop for themselves. So my grocery bill has gone down, but my personal health care has gone up. So it's evened itself out. So it hasn't changed. I
Okay.
wasn't gonna
Yeah.
say anything, but you guys were looking at me.
Why weren't you gonna say anything?
Because I was like, it's the same. I moved money from over here to over there.
Mhm. I know that seems to happen when you in budgeting a lot. It's that when you would like figure like, oh, I've gotten this down to like this much. Yeah, but now I'm increasing the contribution over here on this line right here. So has it really changed my bottom figure? Not really.
No.
Oh.
All right, let's talk about legacy, wealth, and planning. I'm ready for this because I'm ready to be out this rat race. Do you guys have a will or like financial plan in place? I'm gonna say no, no, and no.
Yeah.
I don't have no will. I'm still trying to get my mama to write a will, and she
What?
way above the age to be having a that she should have a will, especially since when my daddy passed, they should have definitely had a will, but he didn't. The money went to my mama, but she needs a will because of the fact that she's got 3 kids, and it needs to be able to delineate who gets what, who's in charge of what, like who's in charge of the financial, who's in charge of her medical. Like I know I'm the oldest, so most likely it'll all go to me anyway to make those decisions, but she needs one, so I need to follow suit and do one for my kids. Financial planning, like if I pass away, like that kind of stuff for, oh my goodness. I have that. I'm gonna cut myself off, ladies, real quick, and you guys can finish talking.
Okay, bye. Um,
Right.
all right. Well, I actually have a written will. We have a joint one, but here's the caveat. It has not been notarized, so it really doesn't exist.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
yeah, it's a bill in theory right now, but the reason it hasn't been notarized is because you know how you do something, you kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
Uh, and we need to change it all now because my kids are now adults. So
Mhm.
that's how long ago it was written where we had guardianship. So
Uh-huh. You're right.
not her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm noticing as Black Americans, we fall short on that and we need our butts beat. But as
We
far
really
as
do.
financial, huh?
I said we really do.
We need our asses beat for that. But as far as financial planning, yeah, we have the pay up on death things on our bank accounts and the transfer up on death. Um, with the house, I think we have transfer up on death, but I have to check on that because it's been a second since I personally looked at the paperwork and saw what was going on with that. So yes and no.
Um,
Yeah.
no, we don't have any of that stuff in place. I've been thinking a lot, especially since I just turned 51, that we do need to have a will. I need to have a will. I need to encourage my husband to get a will. Um, only because he has other children as well, besides
Yeah.
my children, and
Yeah.
just so that things can be outlined and fair with those children. Um,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll say this. I've been doing that a lot with my mom, and
Hmm.
she's been really on it now because a lot of her friends have passed away. And they
Hmm.
did, I will say, her group did a good job of prepping themselves. Um, but even with all the prep work, like my godmother's property still went into probate, even though it wasn't supposed to. So like I'll be home shortly. And that's one of the things we're going to be making sure, everything is tip top just in case anything happens. Even though I'm an only child, we still don't want anything to go into probate and all of that. So,
Correct. Mm-hmm.
and I know better because I'm literally walking through doing it with her. So I really know I need to get on it with myself. I definitely know better. So,
Yeah. And you watched me and my sisters go through the whole thing with my parents not having a will and uh us having to sell their home and all those kind of stuff. So uh yeah, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's really hard. So
that's what estate planners and
I have a
attorneys make
question.
$500 an hour for.
yeah.
So I have a question. Is it that you, so for me, I think it's maybe a subconscious fear of writing these type of things down. Do you think that's why we don't have wills or why you don't have a will? Or is it maybe a generational thing or a cultural thing for
We were
African
just saying
Americans?
we were just saying, Jolanda was just saying that it's more cultural. I think it's been more cultural. Because I'm not afraid of them. It was just never really something that was spoken of in our culture that much, about writing wills and leaving, having financial plans or anything like that. I mean, it was just never really, never really pushed. I don't know, for lack of a better word.
Which is crazy because I look at my mom and I'm like, Mom, do you have a will? Because my grandma had a whole like written out will of what she wanted, all those things. And I'm just like, Mom, you're 70s now. You gotta have something for us because I
Right.
already know how this is gonna go. People are gonna be like, I'm your mom's cousin, or I'm so and so, and you know how we come out the woodworks when we think there's money involved.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just say that only because I've been accused of coming out of the woodworks trying to take somebody's inheritance, and I'm just like, dude, are you kidding me? So yeah, that's what I was
We
asking.
know that that was bullshit. So that
I'm just saying though for anybody because I mean, like Carmen said, like Anthony has other children, so making sure that's taken care of. Like those are the type of things I think about, especially in our community. Like we said, like our families had kept secrets. What secrets do we not know? So like
Right.
when it comes to people's deaths, that's when secrets come out. That's when things happen. That's when you find out other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? So that's why I asked that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, all right. How are you preparing for the next 10 to 20 years financially? And I just gave you guys my plan.
Well, I kind of hit on my plan when I said that I'm making my increasing my contribution toward my retirement fund yearly until I reach the maximum amount before you can retire. So I'm making that I'm increasing that. I'm just trying to make sure I want to find more ways to invest and secure, kind of make some money work in order to have something financially in place. As when I do quit this stop this 9 to 5, because I know is just my pension and my and my annuity is just not going to be it. You know what I mean? I'm going to have I'm gonna need more. So I'm always looking for something.
Okay. Work, working on residual income. So what I've been doing for the past 14 years. So throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick and continue giving me a check. So
Right,
that's,
right, right. Right,
I
right.
mean, that's what I'm doing. So it's funny because my youngest and I, we had a conversation last month. Because she's 24 now and has great credit. Mm, okay, credit because now she has student loans. So now it was okay. But anywho, she wants to start a couple of businesses and she was asking me about them, about doing business plans. So it's something we have in the works to do that because she's young enough and she has enough moxie. And also now her job is being an administrative assistant and setting up an actual corporate office. So she has behind the scenes knowledge. So she wants to go ahead and do those things. So I would love to help her. And that's something that I can have residual income. And then down the line, she can have a business that hopefully she can then turn around and sell to someone else, take the income from the selling, start something else, and continue on to grow. So I've been thinking about it and actually feet on the ground working. It's just sometimes difficult, and you get to the point where you feel like you're beating your head against a wall, trying to get things going, so that you're not struggling in your 60s. I don't want to be struggling in my 60s. I'm okay now in my 50s, still running around and doing stuff and being busy, working, which is also why I focus on my physical health, um, because I want to get to a point where I can just relax and, as Olivia said, have that financial freedom to do what I want when I want, you know. So I don't know if that's a plan per se, but that's what I'm doing.
That's a plan.
Okay.
So with that said, I'm gonna go off script a little bit, like how my sisters normally do, because I never go off script.
No,
But
you.
I'm gonna ask this. When you're saying to both of you, when you're saying throwing stuff against the wall and seeing if it sticks, what is what do you see yourself um in the next 10 to 20 years? More of a entrepreneur doing multiple businesses, or you are a person that is going to just collect, what's that, mailbox money? Or are you actually going to be running businesses? Like where you're day to day? Or are you going to be a mailbox moneymaker?
Um, Definitely going to be that mailbox moneymaker because I mean I worked and I'm going to collect my pension. But I see myself working for myself in, like you said, more in the entrepreneurial role, definitely. Because when I retire, I don't want to just sit around. I want to be still, I don't want to be idle. I want to be able to do something else. I wanted to work in my creative space. I didn't get a chance to do it as the career I had hoped I would what I would hoped I would have done. So I definitely want to do it when I finish this career. My next career is working for myself in that creative aspect. So yeah, um, I do see myself working that way. And then again, I did start a organization, so I know I will be still working with that. And you seeing how what a legacy I can leave when it pertains to that.
Okay, so both. That's why I said working to get residual income. So I'm doing the legwork now to be able to have residual income that when I'm napping, I'm making money. When I'm sitting, I'm making money. However, I can't just sit around. Being idle doesn't work for me. So I don't know that I will be working in a business When I'm in my 70s, I really don't wish to have to answer much to anyone. Um, so I don't know that I'll be working in the business. I would love to be able to volunteer and help because I find joy in that. I've always liked volunteering and doing things of that nature. So I would love to be able to have enough income where I could still have my financial freedom and go and come as I please, but still be able to have the free time to help out and do charity works because I miss doing that. I can't do it anymore because I don't have the time because I'm busy I'm not trying, because I'm busy putting together things for the future. So that would be mine.
All right. So next question. What does generational wealth look like in your family? What does it look like in your family?
What does it look like?
Generation.
Yeah. What does generational wealth look like in your family? It could be from the past. It could be what you're trying to process from now.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Okay,
so
that's
I'll,
what I was gonna say because it's
I'll
nothing.
start. So generational wealth in my family, like probably most African American families, is there was either a house or some cash. Everybody fought over it. They sold the house, they did whatever, and split up the cash and went on about their business, or went over to the house and took some things that they wanted, and that was it. What it looks like right now for my own two children is I have life uh, insurance policies for them so that if something happens to me, they're taken care of. I also have the policy from my father that he has that pays my sisters and I still to this day. I mean, their annuities. So the income from that, and then I have it where I split it among my children, since I only have two, so that they get equal amount, and then whatever money is made on that goes to them. Um, once I do my will, we'll figure out uh, the breakdown of the house and materials and things like that. But uh, really making sure that my children, like my dad, made sure that we had stocks and bonds, and making sure the same thing for my own children.
Well, I can if I'm speaking of what it was in the past for my family, there was no generational wealth. I mean, yeah, there was a family house. I think we would never they never intended to leave us anything. I mean, and that's not speaking ill of them. I think it was just their way of thinking. You know, back then it was they never intended to leave us anything. um, there was life insurance policies, yes. For my father, my mother really didn't have much life insurance when she passed away, so we did kind of, we had the house and we split that, we sold it, we split it among each other, and that's it. What it looks like for my children is that, yeah, I do have um, the life insurance policies for them. Um, I have them in particularly for them, like I said, because my husband has other children, I have to kind of secure my children above, you know, anything else. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
there
want to sound callous or anything, but
yeah,
I need to,
it's not.
yeah, exactly. I have to secure them, and so they do have that insurance policy for myself, insurance policies from their father, and then, like I said, is setting up the investments and annuities for them as well. Will give them some type of financial generational wealth when I'm gone too.
Pretty much what y'all said. So as far as in my family, to me, um, I said my father passed away um, when I was in college. He did have some monies that were to go to me. They didn't come to me. Things happened. So that's gone. Um, as far as my mom, she has things set up for me. Uh, I, I could discuss what I know, but Lord knows if she accidentally watched this broadcast, and
But why
because I told her she can find me on YouTube and told her what the name of the channel is, and if she find out that I told anybody what she doing, I'm not gonna be here much longer. So she has some things set up, and to be honest with you, she got some faults. The woman is a pain in my posterior, but she has taught me a lot recently, really recently, about estate planning and financial planning. In the past, we would kind of discuss it, and I think Olivia brought it up earlier about that fear. I have been asking her for years, Mommy, tell me what you want to do. Mommy, where's your will? Mommy, where's this? Because I'm like, you're getting older. I'm an only child, and you're gonna get what I want, and you don't want what I want to happen. So tell me what it is you want. What are your desires? So she's finally started doing that, and she takes me along with her to see the attorneys and all of that. So I've learned a lot. When I was actively doing real estate, I learned so much with estate stuff. So for the girls, and I've discussed it with Glenn, even though we haven't written it down as a will, we do have the things on our accounts. I do have the whole life insurance policy where both my girls are, what do you call that? Where it goes to them.
Beneficial,
What is that word?
beneficiary.
Thank you. Thank you,
beneficiary.
sweetheart. The beneficiaries, beneficiaries, the
Yeah,
people
there
who
you
that stuff goes to.
are.
And I know my mom did the same thing. Um, I think she kind of jumped over me, but I'm gonna let it go. I love my children. Um, so they will have that. If we also have life insurance policies on them as well as on us. And I'll let you know, my biggest goal in life for my girls is to leave enough money for them that no matter what stage in life they are, I plan on being here at least another 48 years. But whatever stage they are, that they can at least take 1 to 2 years. If they hadn't, like, I wanted to do this since they were little, 1 to 2 years to just enjoy themselves. And if they wanted to grow some other business or buy some other property, I leave them enough where they can take that money and do something with it.
Mhm.
So that's always been my goal. So that's always been what I've worked toward. I know that they'll have 3 homes. They have our home that we're in now because I'm not getting rid of this one. They have my mom's home, which will come to me, but then it will go to whichever one of them wants it. And then they have Glenn's mom's home, which goes to him. And he's already said, then it will then go to them, whichever. Even if Barbara passes away sooner than later, they can, if they choose to live in New Orleans, they have a home that's paid for. So, oh, I feel heavy now, sorry. But that's the things that I've planned
Mhm.
For the girls. Because like Carmen said, we're starting at zero. Like our families didn't have generational wealth to leave us. And like we've had family members that had land. The land was stolen from them or cheated from them and they got it for a very low price. And we might have got some jewelry, a couple of meats,
Mhm.
but really, especially a lot of Gen Xers, Black American Gen Xers, we're starting it. So generational wealth is starting from us because our parents didn't have it. I wasn't blessed to be one of the people who came from the Black Americans that had wealth, in the 20s and 30s. That wasn't my story.
Yeah, exactly.
It started from now.
So speaking of that, since we didn't have that, Are there any lessons that you're passing down to your children about generational wealth, or even just about like budgeting and things like that?
I know that for my children, I am, a lot of it is I'm passing down the budgeting a lot. Also to never spend more than you make. That's a big thing for me. When it comes to the thing, like, just because you made it don't mean you got to spend it, and don't, you know what I mean, don't try to purchase something that you can't afford, um and just knowing that you, just because you don't have to wear your wealth on your body. This is a thing with this younger generation. Everything that you everything that you own is on your body, and you have nothing in your bank accounts. That's not necessary. It's better to have something in your pocket than to have a $100 uh sewn on pocket. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I'm trying to teach them.
Okay. Very similar. Like the reason both my kids are still at home and they're welcome to stay as long as they need to, is because cost of living is so high. So they both work, but they couldn't live if they moved out. So they are responsible for their own bills. They're responsible for their own groceries. They're responsible for their own everything other than mortgage and electricity and gas, because we take care of that. But so I kind of giving them trial adulthood, if that makes any sense, you know. And when they're short, we don't help them. They have to figure it out. Now, if it's really bad, like, of course we would help them. But they their short is going to be a car payment or credit card payment. So they got to figure that out. And they both have fallen, more Tyler more so than Morgan, but she's 3 years older. So now she understands, she's gotten it. So I think now she's ready. So when she does move out, she knows how to budget her money. She knows how to save her money. She knows how to plan, because she had to do that to purchase this car she has. She had to find the car, find out how much it costs. She went to the bank, got her own loan, and she budgets her money and she lives accordingly. Morgan, we're still working on. She does pay her little stuff on time, but when I say goes through a check, so she went through her checks for a little bit. So now she's saving. I'm very proud of her, because she'll come and say, "Look at my savings account. I'm saving money." I'm like, "Okay, thank you for learning." So, uh, so allowing them the flexibility and the comfort to learn in a safe environment, so they're not just thrown out to the wolves. So
Mhm.
I'm happy that I can afford them that, because a lot of young people don't have that luxury to
Right.
learn in a safe environment. Um, and then too, we also sit down. I have drive-by conversations with them, or I wait until they come into my space to visit, because then I know they're willing to listen. Because other than that, I'm just talking to myself. So I'll like say, "Hey, this is something I'm thinking of doing. Hey, read this for me." Like my website. I put it together, and Tyler came into my space and was like, "Hey, what you working on?" And I said, "Oh, I'm finishing my website." She was like, "Well, let me look at it." So she looked at it, she cleaned it up for me. So then she started asking me, "So what are you gonna put on it? So what are your plans? So what is your goal?" So I kind of show them more so than telling them. They seem to catch it better if I show them, okay, and this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. This is my long-term goal. This is the plan I wrote. So that's how I do it with them.
Okay.
So my lessons would just be uh make a budget where you have your savings, your play money, and your obligation money. And that's what I've taught my kids. So they have their they really don't keep play money. They're more like their mom with that. They have their obligation money and their savings. And that's about it. So and let's get into some emotional and spiritual relationship with money, because money is currency and currency is energy. So, do you guys feel safe and supported by your money right now? Hmm.
I do. I do.
I don't know. I
No,
think that will
I
keep
like
dropping
this
my ass.
question. What'd you say, Carmen? I missed it.
I said no. I think that will keep dropping my ass.
Oh, see, that's how I was feeling before, but recently, I think we got a rhythm. I talk to my money doctor and he gives me stuff. Like I just be getting little windfalls. I'm like, I don't even know where it came from, but thank you. I feel very supported and safe today. Yeah. But Carmen, you also got a freshman in college. Yeah. You ain't probably gonna feel
I
safe
know, but
for another 3 years.
for another 3 years, huh? Mhm.
Yeah. How about you, Olivia?
Do I feel safe or supported by my money right now? Safe, no. Supported, yeah. I'm supported, but safe, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, how do you celebrate your financial wins, big or little? How do you?
Always gratitude. I would say thank you. Universe, whoever, however it comes, I say thank you. Um, Usually when I have a financial win, either um, I put it on something for myself. Lately, now, before I didn't, I would put it on an obligation or give it to my kids. But now I actually have started to put it on myself. And that's another way to celebrate it.
Hmm.
I usually
Do you
now.
celebrate?
Go ahead, Jolanda.
No, I was asking, do you celebrate?
Me, usually, I'm more of I want to save it now. I just want to look at it because I haven't had those opportunities in a long time to just look at my money in an account and not have to use it. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's what I do. I was like, hey, look, I got this. Look, you know. What about you, Jolanda?
Um, I have to realize it. Okay, so like sometimes it'll come and I missed it. And it's not like missed it like I don't know, like I'm just moving through. So like when the previous question about the feeling safe and supported, and I quickly said I do. So recently, like, and I mean like in the past year or so, things just keep popping up. A lot of seeds that I planted in the past are starting to sprout. So I'll miss it come in and then I'll look back and I'm like, oh shoot, oh yay, thank you. But
Mhm.
it's more like I expect it now. And I think for me, it's a mind shift changed. So I'll
Mhm.
be like, oh, okay, thank you. But yeah, I knew it was, yeah, I knew it was coming. Thanks. That's mine anyway. I deserve it. So I'd be like, yay,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Oh, we're doing round robin. What role does faith, manifestation, or spiritual practice play in your financial growth? So, what role does faith, manifestation, or spiritual practice play in your financial growth?
For me, it plays a big one in mine because I'm good for a good money ritual or or something I'm praying over it. I have things that I do to make sure that my money is always flowing, whether it's little money or big money, as long as it keeps flowing.
Do you have anything to add, Olivia?
What role does faith play in a decision? I mean, I think at this point right now, I'm gonna say that I have not put forth as much faith and manifestation and spirituality into my money right now. And I think that's just because right now I have so many things going on and I just don't sit with my money like I used to and talk to it and do what I need to do. Um, so, but I do feel that it has a role in those things. I have to personally get back with my money.
That's fair.
Mhm.
My answer is the same as the previous answer because I've gone through a mindset shift. I love my money and my money seems to love me. So that's just where I am. And I would love to stay here. I'm going to make sure I stay here where even when I don't know how things are going to happen, I don't worry anymore. I used to worry. I don't worry anymore. I'm just like, okay, so this needs to happen. It's going to happen. People will say, well, how are you going to do that? I don't know. It's going to be done though. And it's always done. So, yep. Next.
How has money impacted your relationships with your spouse, friends, or family?
In this friend
Uh-huh.
right here, we still probably got about $150 flowing around since back in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, for us, I will agree with Carmen. We have a revolving money tree.
Right.
So if we together, we all got it. I don't
Yep.
care who actually got it, we all got it.
We got it. If I got it, you got it. That's what we always say, right? If I got it, you got it. We
I
together.
got it, you got it. That's the end of the story, end of the statement. Family, I don't do money with family. I don't do money with family, so it ain't affecting nothing. I don't do it. Spouse, I can say money makes it easier. Now we started with nothing and we were okay. But when it got tight, I was okay. But I'm not a man and I don't know how a man's mind works. My spouse was not okay. I was like, oh, we good. We got food in the house. We got water running. I'm good. And he was not good. So during that moment, I got to be a mother of three because I had to comfort him and like make sure he understood it's okay. We're good. We're fine. It's going to be okay. But we made it through. And I think if that time ever comes back again, actually, it won't ever come back again. But we made it through. So the money dynamic was different then. But that's it. And as far as friends, I can say I don't really have many of those anymore. But when I did have more, I couldn't discuss money with some of them. One friendship recently dissolved because of money, because I asked for my worth. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my family, friend, and spouse with money thing. Who asked that question? You asked the question.
Yeah. For me, is family well, it always impacts for family, but uh as I learned to set boundaries and stick to them myself, not asking the other person to. I have to stick to those boundaries. It's always gotten better. And as for like with my spouse, it's learning. We had to learn, and we're still learning because it ebbs and flows of being safe with each other when it comes to finances and money and things like that, because I'm more willing to talk financial things out. And like Jolanda says, when it comes to men and how they think about money and their family and taking care of their family and their financial obligations, they're not really open to saying if there's something wrong, um, or uh, or discussing it, with their spouse. So I mean, I know that that comes that, for him not feeling safe talking to me about those, financial things. But again, I feel the same way. Sometimes I can't talk to him about them. So we're still in that learning phase of trusting each other in that way. Now, well, do I trust him to pay the bills and to take care of us? Absolutely. Um, so it's not so much that, but it's so much of letting me know what's going on when it comes in regards to those bills. He does not discuss them with me. Does he pay them? Yeah. Do I know what's going on? Absolutely not. Um, and I would like for that to change. Because again, we had nothing before. We are uh
What is going on?
You didn't see
I missed
Carolyn?
all
you
of
didn't see
it.
Carolyn. You did not see Carol.
Carolyn was right there.
Oh my God.
I
Anyway,
didn't see anything. I'm
and
sorry.
and uh okay, I lost my dang train of thought. Yeah, anyway, somebody else go.
Oh Lord.
I
I'm
don't know how I missed all of
sorry.
that. I'm staring directly in your mouth while you're talking, and I missed all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I guess y'all were shenan again.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, what would financial peace look like and feel like today?
My answer is that we've already answered that question. Said about financial freedom. That was what financial peace would
But
look
yeah,
like
I
for,
think
for me.
fine. Yeah, I think we've
So
answered
freedom
it.
is peace to you,
And
to both of you?
I will say that financial peace for me is just knowing that the money is there. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that it's there and that I'll be able to meet my obligations.
Same thing for you, Jay.
I already said it. What we said about financial freedom, that's peace for me.
All righty.
Yep, that's simple.
All right. I'm not the closer.
But I am. So thank you all again for tuning in to another chapter of Beyond the First Chapter with Jolanda, Olivia, and me, Carmen. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.